everyone, this is my update video for my last project graveyard. I had 5 products that I was going to use up. They were all pretty much almost gone and I just want to get rid of them so that they're not cluttering up my makeup table. It's my new mission to really downsize and streamline my makeup collection. This was a success. I did finish my Makeup Forever HD finishing powder. That is completely all gone. This product, I probably will miss this. I will probably be repurchasing this or something else similar to it in the future. It really does a great job of just smoothing out everything when you're done your makeup. It's just the small size. It's the 5 gram. And I used this for a year and just used it up. A full size of it would probably last you forever. The Revlon Lip Butter in Pink Truffle. This was one of my favorite shades from the Revlon Lip Butters, and I did finish that, and as you can see, I kind of dug into it to get as much as I could out. I was using a separate applicator to apply this with, but then it just got to be a hassle to have to dig through it, so I've just given up. Even though I love this product, it is the prettiest color and the nicest texture. However, it's not the longest lasting, so once you kind of hit the pan on it, well, there's no pan, but once you hit I don't know, whatever it's called. Once you use it up to where you're not having to dig your lip into it or use an applicator, it's not really worth the hassle because it's not that long wearing. But if you're able to just grab it and apply it, really worth it. Very inexpensive product, very easy to apply. You don't really need a mirror for this. You don't have too heavy of a hand, but yeah, I really love this. Probably will repurchase this at some point in the future once I get the rest of my stuff under control here. If by the time I'm done doing that, they still actually sell it. Who knows? It might be 20 years from now. These 2 Urban Decay 24-hour eyeliners, I finished these up so much. So these are just the caps, and then these are the pencils, and I use these till I couldn't sharpen them anymore because I hit that metal part, and the wooden part of the pencils were scratching my eyelids. That's when I knew I had to stop using them. These are amazing eyeliners. They are super easy to apply, super blendable. They don't smudge. They have awesome colors. This one was a shimmery kind of coppery brown, and this one was a matte brown. Awesome eyeliners. You can get these at Sephora, and yeah, highly recommend them for sure. And then my last item was this Buxom Lash by Bare Essentials mascara, and this was just a sample from Sephora. This is a really good mascara. I'm really glad that I gave this a second chance. It has this big brush and it really does lengthen. It has one of those rubber brushes. It lengthens, it thickens, and this, I've had this for a long time, so it's actually probably long past its expiration. You're not really supposed to use mascara after 6 months, but I live dangerously, so I used it. I probably could keep using this. It's not completely dried out yet, but I'm going to just toss it and move on because I have a lot of other ones. It's just time to move on, time to say goodbye, and I would repurchase this if I had to. Do recommend that. So for next month, I have 5 more products. The first one is this Yves Saint Laurent Shocking Mascara, and this is good for 6 months, and I've had it for about 4, so I really want to use this up before the expiration date hits. This was a sample I got when I bought my Declutter highlighter back in November from Sephora. So I'm going to use this up. Then I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Light, and I've had this for over a year. There's not very much left of it. This was something that I did repurchase before, so I had a full size of this before, prior to this one. This is only good for 12 months, it says here. See this little open jar symbol? That means that it is good for 12 months. And I've had this for more than 12 months, so I probably shouldn't be using it, but I have a hard time saying goodbye to things. So I'm just going to give it one last chance, and then it's going in the garbage. I swear. I'm going to put it in the garbage. I should be able to finish it up. It'll probably make me get pimples, but I usually fill in my eyebrows using my Anastasia brow stencil kit with a brow powder. Recently I've started to fill them in a little bit too with a pencil. Fill them in with the powder, but then I will use a little tiny bit of pencil just if I need like a more precise line in certain areas. So I did hear great things about the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I did go ahead and order one of those from Sephora. I'm still waiting for it to come in, but in the meantime I do have 2 pencils that I do need to use up, so I'm going to use these up before I start breaking into my Anastasia pencil when it comes in. So I've got the Victoria Jackson eyebrow pencil, and this came in one of my boxes. I have about this much left of it, so it's not too much. And then I also have this Rimmel eyeliner in taupe, and this is not really a brow pencil, but I have been using it as one. And now this last thing, I should be just throwing it out because it only has a 1 year from opening date on it. And I've had this for, it was 2 years in January. So this is way, 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 way past expiration date. But I'm going to just give it one more chance. And it's the Too Faced Natural Eye Palette. This was my very first eye palette that I bought from Sephora. It's just so hard to say goodbye. Okay, so I have already used up almost entirely this color Heaven. So I did hit a good amount of pan on that. I hit a good amount of pan on this Silk Teddy color. And then also I've hit some pan on the Velvet Revolver. Push Up, I've hit a good amount of pan. And I put a little dent here in Honey Pot. These 2 colors here, I barely touch. I don't really use dark eyeshadows that much. And then this color here and this color here, that was not the original colors that came in this palette. This one was like a lighter pink with like tons of glitter in it, and I hated it. It had barely any color payoff, and tons of glitter would fall out all over my face every time I tried to apply it. And then this one was like a darker matte color, and it was like a dark brown matte, and I barely ever used that either. So I had the bright idea to try mixing them together to see if I could come up with something that I could actually use. So I took the 2 colors, crushed them, mixed them up with some alcohol, used the old trick that you can use like when your eyeshadow or your blush breaks. You mix it with alcohol and then press it down, and then it dries and then it fixes it. I've done that a few times with some products that have broken. So I tried that with these to see if I could come up with a color that was more, you know, workable, but not really. Actually, it doesn't look too bad here, swatch on my finger. When I tried to apply it on my eyes, it just was like a real chalky, tons of fallout, and it was just like a not nice color. I wasn't using either of those colors, so what harm could it do to try, right? Anyways, I tried and I failed. So those 2 colors, these are not the originals, and I won't be using those. I should really just be throwing this out, but I'm gonna just give it one more chance. I just can't say goodbye. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to use this up, but I'm going to use it until my other graveyard products are used up, and then I'm going to chuck it. So those are my 5 products for Project Graveyard this time. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!